Hello, Curious! James Dean is back on the screens. The actor will play one of the main roles in a war movie that is currently under development. Such information appeared on the web some time ago, causing quite a stir. After all, the star has left this world almost 66 years ago, so how is it possible that he will appear in front of the cameras again? Well, the answer to this question shouldn't surprise anyone, all thanks to special effects specialists. They are already able to paste over faces or rejuvenate actors for the needs of production, and the next revolutionary step is also resurrecting people who died years ago. And how is a movie made with a dead star? And who has already been brought back into this world using modern technology? Why is it causing a wave of criticism in the acting community? And is it really worth doing? Stay with us until the very end to find out the answers to all of these questions, but also don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications. Let us begin. It was once rightly believed that death was the definitive end to an acting career, but today the situation is completely different, as it has only become a transition to the digital afterlife. As CGI images have become easier to produce, movie studios are able to very reliably recreate deceased celebrities and even cast them in lead roles. What's more is that nowadays also music icons can return to the stage in the form of holograms and even go on tours with their former bandmates. And as you are about to find out, we have much more. However, before we move on to the latest movie with the resurrected James Dean, it's worth remembering which actors and musicians have already been brought back from the dead by special effects specialists. Let's start with the cult production of The Gladiator from 2007 and Oliver Reed, who played the role of Antonius Proximo, the coach of the gladiators. Reportedly, he caused quite a lot of problems on the set of the film, all due to his passion for high percentage drinks. Although some people might think that nothing could harm him, in fact, Reed died of a heart attack, and he was still filming The Gladiator. And since he had a few more key scenes to play, the movie director Ridley Scott decided to revive him with CGI technology. We have to admit that the effect for those times was stunning, and we will also add that the actor was posthumously nominated for his role for the BAFTA award. When Star Wars Rogue One was written in 2016, the action of which takes place before events of the first part of the saga, the creators knew perfectly and well that the appearance of the on-screen portrayal of Peter Cushing, played by the role of the great Moff Tarkin, will be inevitable. And although he hasn't been alive for 2 decades, the special effects specialist Industrial Light and Magic literally created the magic on the screen, and his face was superimposed using CGI technology on the actor Guy Henry. In fact, Carrie Fisher was also digitally resurrected in Star Wars Skywalker Rebirth from 2019, and to do this, the Return of the Jedi footage was used. We also cannot forget about the very touching moment for many fans of The Fast and Furious, when the digital version of Paul Walker could be watched on the big screen. The actor has already had 6 parts of this spectacular series to his credit. Unfortunately, he died in a car accident in 2014, leaving a huge question mark over the 7th installment. Universal made a decision that made fans and the star's family very happy. Walker was allowed to go on his final ride in the movie thanks to the impressive CGI effects. To be exact, he was replaced by his brothers, who were digitally applied to Paul's face. Stunning special effects are not only the domain of great Hollywood productions, they're also used in advertising. For example, Audrey Hepburn, who has been dead for almost 20 years, appeared in the 60-second spot for the candy bar producer Dove. And to create such an amazing end result, material from almost all of her films was used, and 2 doubles were also employed. One allowed to reproduce the facial expressions of the star, while the other allowed her to reproduce a 20-inch waist. One of the latest commercials also featured the martial artist Bruce Lee, who passed away almost 50 years ago. His double in the spot was actor Danny Chan, whose face was replaced with the image of the late actor using CGI technology. Interestingly enough, this ad is for high-proof drinks, and it is worth noting that Lee rather avoided consuming them during his lifetime, so now he's likely to fall in his grave. At the beginning of the video, we also mentioned that music stars who had passed away will be able to return to the stage as holograms to perform their greatest hits. An example of this is Roy Orbison, who sang in 2018 as a hologram on stages in America, Europe, and Great Britain. On the other hand, in Korea, artificial intelligence literally revived the voice of the late Kim Kwang-seok, who died many years ago. Of course, though, there are many more examples of actors or artists revived thanks to modern technology, but maybe now let's look at stars whose resurrection on the screen has caused the most emotions lately. James Dean, the famous rebel by choice, played only 3 significant roles in his career and tragically passed away at the age of 24, which does not change the fact that his artistic output will soon increase. This is due to the war movie Finding Jack, where he will play a supporting character named Rogan. His voice will be provided by another actor, and his appearance will be reconstructed by the artists. The latter will be taken care by Image Engine, which has worked on such productions as Game of Thrones, Jurassic World, Thor Ragnarok, and Deadpool. No wonder that they were entrusted with the digital reproduction of the image of one of the greatest movie legends, which is undoubtedly James Dean. And for this purpose, the creators will engage another actor to capture the character's movements, professionally known as performance capture. He will then be superimposed on Dean's reconstructed face. Such technology was also used in the productions we discussed earlier, as well as evoking associations with such recent hits as Twins, where a younger version of Will Smith was created by computer, and The Irishman, in which some scenes featured a rejuvenated version of Robert De Niro. Of course, the choice of James Dean to star in the latest film may not be surprising on one hand. After all, he was one of the most prominent stars, but there are also still questions why this is not entrusted into a living person. You know, the producer, Finding Jack, stated that in one of the interviews, we quote, "For a very long time we were looking for a perfect person for the role of Rogan, who has an extremely complex plot, and after months of fruitless attempts, we decided on James Dean." And this decision of the filmmakers had made an echo in the film industry and social media. The living protested against the use of digital clones and dead actors. Even Chris Evans did not spare his harsh words. He ironically asked on Twitter if the computer would soon paint a new Picasso for us to write new John Lennon songs. The Captain America impersonator stated that he was sure that James Dean himself would be shocked by now. You know, even Elijah Wood, the famous Frodo character from Lord of the Rings, stated that this should never happen. And the US Today paper also quoted Robin Williams' daughter, who said, and we quote, "I've been talking about this for years, but no one believed show business could go this low. And I don't know if it's a marketing gimmick or a serious offer, but it's making hand puppets out of a corpse." Now, with the upcoming premiere of Finding Jack, which is scheduled for November of this year, such negative comments will surely continue to grow. There are also fears that young stars may soon be unable to compete with computer copies of legendary actors. And it is worth noting that at this point, that such celebrities as Burt Reynolds, Bette Davis, and Chuck Berry are already waiting in the queue for digital resurrection. The rights to their image are handled by CMG Worldwide, which currently has about 400 other stars and celebrities in its portfolio. And the first clients, so to speak, were Elvis Presley and the hero of The Last of Us, James Dean. So the president of the company points out that their job is to keep such icons alive, and the technological progress opens up a completely new possibility in this regard. So curious, what do you think about resurrecting actors who have passed away for a film? Do you think this is a controversial idea? And on the contrary, do you have a favorite celebrity from the past that you would like to see in a new movie? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and we shall see you again in the next video. Until next time.